Ladies and gentlemen, I had heard about this story a few days ago. This came out November 16, 2018 on Newsweek. Man who raped dying girl sent photos to friends, given a state-mandated sentence judge thought was inadequate. He raped and killed someone, ladies and gentlemen, and they gave him a 34-month sentence. Now, I have done videos of Black men that went to jail for 30 to 40 years, never raped anybody. And that was the kind of sentence they gave them. But this guy really did do this crime. And he got 34 months. And see, this is why we say the things we do about your criminal justice system, and we say we have no faith in it. You have no right to come and argue with us and tell us we're wrong when we have tons of examples like this. So, 34 months for killing somebody and raping them, ladies and gentlemen. That's all he got. In a ruling that was bound by state guidelines, a Washington judge sentenced a man convicted of raping a dying teenager to less than 3 years in prison. Brian Varela, 20, pleaded guilty in September to second-degree manslaughter, third-degree rape, and unlawful disposal of human remains, according to the Herald, stemming from the death of an 18-year-old Alyssa Ma Nocita. It's a joke. Nocita's mom, Gina Parsons, she doesn't like the sentence. What mother would like a kind of sentence like this for somebody that killed and raped their daughter? No mother would like that. So this judge claimed this was the best sentence according to state guidelines she could give this person. But they sure know how to pull out a 30 and 40-year sentence on Black men. But let's go on. To determine a sentence, Washington State uses a system of scoring the offender. Factors considered include adult and juvenile history of violence and nonviolent convictions, current offenses, and whether the offender was in community custody when the crime was committed, the number of violent and nonviolent offenses in each category is multiplied by a value ranging from 0.5 to 2 point. The total offender score that has a corresponding sentence. But this guy is a complete animal, and on top of that, he's an asshole. So listen to what he did. On February 3rd, Nocita attended a party at a Martha Lake, Washington mobile home, and then spent the evening with Varela, according to the Herald. At one point in the night, Nocita ingested Percocets with highly concentrated THC, which was given to her by Varela. So he gave her a cocktail of Percocets. Nocita quickly collapsed, and as she was overdosing, Varela sent photos of her mostly nude body to a group of friends. Sound like a nerd that's not used to being near girls. That's what he sounds like. LOL, I think she OD'd, still breathing, one of the texts said, according to KOMO. Varela also reportedly said that he didn't care and that he was sexually assaulting her to pass the time. What an animal. This is not no damn human. This is a hybrid animal. In the morning, he showed his housemate Nocita's body, which was cold to the touch, so she was already dead. According to the Herald, the housemate told him to call 911, but he didn't. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, this is when they should be calling the cops. and they don't. Now you see this, right? This is another example of a video I'm showing you when the cops should have been called on somebody and they don't call the cops, but they'll call the cops on a black person just standing around doing nothing and not bothering them. Or a black person in a store shopping or in a parking lot, or car parked an inch over the crosswalk. They'll call the cops on this, but a damn murder and rape, they won't call the cops. And the other one was the guy that got a D, and he went and strangled his mom and had his two friends help him bury his mother in a fire pit. They didn't call 911. See, that's when you need to call 911. Somebody that's minding their business in public, you need to leave them leave them alone. But you see how backwards these people are? Here's a real crime, and they didn't call 911. The housemate didn't call 911, and the jerk that raped and killed her, of course, he didn't call. But you see how people were around and nobody called for help? But let a black person stand outside in front of that mobile home. They'll be raising all kinds of hell and calling the police. Woo, get your priorities straight already. After Varela told one of his co-workers, and see, that's another reason why they get caught, ladies and gentlemen. They run their mouth too much. Okay, so he told one of his co-workers at the Dairy Queen the story. The co-worker recognized Nocita as the same girl from the mother's desperate plea on Facebook for information about her missing daughter. The co-worker called the police, finally, somebody with some damn sense, and explained the story, which Varela largely corroborated after his arrest. On February 4th, the day after Nocita overdose, Varela finished his double shift at the Dairy Queen, grabbed a crate, and put her body inside. What happened to the housemate? You know, y'all need to get that housemate that knew this was going on and said nothing to the police, didn't do nothing. They need to be charged. This don't make any sense. He told investigators that he packed the crate with onions to minimize the odor and planned to bury the body, according to KOMO. Medical tests showed Nocita's overdose on fentanyl. Okay. Oh, man. This guy is jacked up. The Herald reported the generic name for Xanax, so it was fentanyl and Xanax. In court, before he was sentenced, Varela apologized for what he did and accepted the consequences. They should have jumped up and kicked his ass. Let's hope somebody rape him behind bars. Let him get the rape treatment. There is no apology on the face of this earth that will make up for what he did. I'm sorry for my foolish actions, Varela said, according to KOMO. Whatever I get is what I deserve. Believe me, you did not get what you deserve. 34 months behind bars. No, you didn't get what you deserve. Ladies and gentlemen, many of these judges sitting on the bench really don't belong there. They have no business being in judgment of anybody. And we have seen too many occasions where these guys really do the sexual assault, really do the rape, but because of the race of the man that commits the rape, they get these ridiculously low sentences. But go back and look at some of my videos on exonerations. You have black men sitting on death row that didn't even do the crime for rape and murder, and sitting in jail 3-4 decades and didn't even do the crime. But these guys really did the crime, plead guilty in court, and still get some 34-month sentence for what he did. Again, do not demand that we believe in your system. Nocita's family criticized the 34-month sentencing, and her aunt, Rachel Palmer, told the Herald that it's basically as if Valera was walking free. Exactly. She pointed out that he had multiple chances to do the right thing, but he repeatedly lied and said she can't forgive Varela. Parsons also disagreed with the sentencing, that's her mother, and said the state laws need to change to prevent further suffering. However, she's trying to forgive the defendant. Okay, I wouldn't forgive shit. I hope somebody gets him in jail. He would deserve it. I don't know why I have any compassion for him, but I do. Parsons said, I feel bad for his family. I don't feel bad for nobody in his family. I would wonder what they did to raise such a monster. I'd be embarrassed if that was my child. Oh, well, be glad that's not your child, but it's still a shame that your kid is dead, ladies and gentlemen. And this just go to show you, they don't care. They don't care. They got the system rigged up, and it's working just like that, a rigged up system. So here you got someone that gave a teenage girl pills enough to kill her. As she was overdosing, he raped her and then boasted about it and took pictures of her nude body and sent it to her friends and said he didn't even give a damn about her and tried to bury her. Thrown a whole bunch of onions on her and tried to bury her. And all he got out of the whole thing, y'all, was 34 months. That's it. Less than 3 years for all of that. Y'all don't have a damn thing to say to us. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Peace, family.